This is a glimpse into my life. Life with Eric.
Eric's here.
And I'm Kylie.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, I think we know who you are.
Oh.
So, after over a decade of being with you, I learned something this week.
You learned something this week?
About you. Yep.
New. Something new about me.
Something new about you.
Does our audience even want to hear this?
Probably not.
Is it something embarrassing to me?
Yeah, because you've never washed your fucking Speedo.
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
First of all, nobody washes Speedos. You're in chlorine every day. Who gives a fuck?
That is rubbing up against your asshole and your balls, and you've never washed it.
It's not up my asshole, by the way, because they're tight around. It actually, when I was at the swim meet, I chafed between my cheeks because they're pushed together, so nothing is up the asshole. That's what I can guarantee you.
Okay,
balls, no. Balls, I agree with.
I understand the washing of the competition jammers, but the one that you wear every single day,
5 days a week.
For how old is this bathing suit?
Over a year old.
Okay.
Because I do it about once a year, but
is it growing mold?
No.
Does it have ball jam in it?
Ball jam.
Yeah.
Like toe jam, but ball jam.
Yes.
That's a pretty good one. That's the name of this podcast, Ball Jam.
Like how
you can think of ball jam, a lot of different things for ball jamming. That dog ball jams me every day.
Yes, she does. How do you never wash your swimsuit?
Well, when I get out of swimming, I wad it up in a towel because they took the suit. They used to have a suit spinner, so you spin the water out of it. Now they don't have it anymore. So I wad it up into a ball, and when I get to my truck, I take my Speedo / jammers, those of you who don't know, jammers, they go down to your knees, out, and I hang them over my seat rest, my headrest, so they dry out, and I lay my towel out. So every
How long
day
does that dry out in a 30-degree weather?
Every day they're dry. Every day they're dry.
Do you ever get in your car in the morning and they're like frozen?
No.
Oh.
When I was a kid growing up swimming, I used to wad everything in a ball, and it would be a solid piece of ice basically, and you would have to crunch your Speedo on. But I've been swimming my whole life. I've never got any weird disease from it or any kind of ball rot.
I mean, this maybe could explain a lot of things that happen in your life.
Like what?
Like your weird ball shit. Maybe it was an infection from your Speedo.
It took 50 years to get that?
Maybe.
Yeah, right. Infection from my
weird
Speedo.
Hickeys on your ass from your Speedo.
Trust me.
Just saying.
Everything's from my Speedo.
Everything's from your ball jam.
Basically, every you can sell that in a jar.
It's all about the ball jam.
You can sell that in a jar, baby.
That was a new revelation for me this week, though.
Do you know what my new revelation was?
What?
My fucking cholesterol's 284.
Oh, that I guess was a revelation.
And over 199 is high, and I'm 284.
You also had a steak dinner the night before, though.
I did have a steak dinner, yes.
Note to self, don't eat the steak before you get your blood test.
I'm going to redo it because I think I had the steak dinner, but I did fast for 12 hours before.
I mean, still.
And I got kind of worried about it. I started asking all the older peeps from swimming. I called Celeste and asked her, and she said, well, as long as your good cholesterol is...
Was your good cholesterol good?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not really. I don't know.
None of the above.
And I talked to my buddy's dad at one time, and he's a heart doctor, and he said cholesterol is only 10% diet and 90% hereditary.
Genetics.
So it's like... There's not much. You change your diet a little bit. And I'm kind of starting to do that because in the words of my daughter, I want to be ripped for Hawaii.
Oh, you do?
I mean, she'll be ripped. I'll be old man ripped. I'll be old man flab.
Dad bod?
Yeah,
Dad bod ripped?
Flab ripped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman. Is Hugh Jackman like a dad bod ripped guy?
Okay, look in the mirror. You have a dad bod.
No, but I want a ripped dad bod. I want my flab to be a little bit ripped.
I hear a ripped dad bod every night.
I rip the sheets every night. No, I don't want to be ripped. Like, Skylar's doing all this Pilates and stuff, and she will be ripped. I'm guaranteed she's probably ripped now, and she's done it for a week. But I said, well, I want to be ripped for Hawaii too. And so I said,
you're going to get a six-pack?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't have a six-pack when I was younger even, really.
No, I've never seen you with a six-pack.
No,
what does that look like?
It's under there, but I don't have the proportion straight six-pack. What are you talking about?
I know.
You used to have
I have no room to talk.
You literally had a six-pack.
I literally did have a six-pack.
It's in there somewhere, dear.
It is in there somewhere.
Let's uncover this shit.
I mean, okay.
Let's do it. Yeah, it takes it's crazy as you get older.
Oh my God, it's
so
true.
hard
You always
to
told me
lose
that
weight.
for years. I didn't believe you, and I'm there. I am physically there.
It doesn't get better.
It really
only
doesn't.
gets worse.
It's
I had this
true.
photographer tell me I was doing headshots with River when he was a maybe 9 years old. And she said, "Oh, get in there. It's really cute. Get in there and take a picture with your son."
Like,
I said, "No,
today.
I got flannel. I got
My work clothes
on, a
and-
hoodie. I got a hat. I just came from work, whatever." She's like, "You'll never look better. Trust me." And I look
She's
back
right.
at that picture. I'm like, "Oh my God, look how good I look."
Right.
So if
Even if you think it looks like shit,
the
it's
picture
gonna
you
look
take-
better than the one you take next year.
yeah, the picture you take today, no matter what, will be better than next year. Even if you do get ripped, because it'll show in your face and your wrinkles and your whatever.
What if you get a facelift?
No.
I'm just joking.
I'm saying
I know. I agree.
Yeah. So don't think that you're going to look better. You tell this to your sister. I think she might think this, that she'll look better
As you
at
age.
this age than like that, but you don't.
Because it's true. It shows somewhere.
Pictures don't
true.
fucking lie.
That's true.
And I can look back at pictures. The reason I started swimming again hard was when I was 30 years old, and I looked at a picture of me. It looked like I was all puffy.
Like you do now?
Yeah. And so
you didn't hear me.
And I was way overweight and out of shape and everything. And
You were overweight and out of shape?
yeah, I know how much I weighed.
How much?
182.
Okie dokes.
Now I'm 192. But that's when I hit, and then I started hitting it real hard, swimming and eating good and everything, and I went all the way down to 165, which was too skinny.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you at 165.
Yeah, 165. That's when I was 30. I was 30.
Wow. Yeah.
I just turned 30, and I was, by April, I was 165.
Wow.
By the next year, I was about 168 or something.
How much
like
did you do when I met you?
When you met me,
Yeah.
I weighed, I would say 176.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 pounds lighter than I am
Yeah.
now. It's fucked up.
Your neck was so slim back then.
Yeah, my neck had no fat rolls on it.
It doesn't have a fat
No,
roll. It's just thick.
I can't say all this stuff. My mom will get.
I know she
mad at
thinks
me.
that you're having like a identity crisis.
I am.
That you're going to become like an anorexic or something.
I need to be. God damn. If I just didn't like drinking and eating so much.
Right. It's hard.
What can I do? Well, I am doing it. I'm going to be pretty in shape by Hawaii, and then.
Great.
But I got to figure this doctor thing out. I gotta.
We'll go to the doctor next week.
Yeah.
You'll find
And
out.
the Ozempic thing is out. After I saw how much it cost, and if fucking Oprah's doing, I'm not doing anything Oprah's doing.
You're not going to do is that you don't want me to give you a shot every week?
No, and I don't like shots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just Ozempic certain areas of me.
Ozempic certain areas?
yeah, that
That's
would be
called
fine.
liposuction.
Oh, I could do that. Maybe I could do that thing where they, liposuction. That was it's like the fat out.
Yes, that would be liposuction. Is that a thing still, or did Ozempic ruin liposuction?
Right. But I asked people, and like people that go on the cholesterol meds,
Right.
half of them say that, oh, it makes me feel my muscles are achy and I'm tired.
You already have that.
Well, that's true. But everybody says it's horrible.
Oh.
And then some people say, oh, I've had no problem with like Lipitor or whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody keeps telling me, oh, it doesn't matter with your cholesterol as long as you got no plaque.
I know
in your
you get,
heart,
like,
no
yeah.
calcium. So now I got to go all this other test.
You just got a life scan.
What?
You
Well,
just
that's
got
not
a
the public
life
that.
scan.
I did get a life scan.
Don't
where
tell
they-
the public that. What do you mean?
Whatever, some things are private.
What?
Life scans.
Like, you just told everyone your cholesterol, but a life scan is private?
Right, yeah. Well, a life scan is when they do an ultrasound on your
Oh, I didn't actually really know what it was.
yeah, they do ultrasound on all three of your main arteries.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they check your what do they call that when they hook all the things, your
The EKG?
EKG, yeah, the EKG, and then they check. There's an artery like in your shin, like your by your ankle,
Yeah.
one in your neck, and 2 in your neck or whatever.
Right. Your carotid.
Yeah, but anyway, my friend told me I got to go to a calcium test.
Oh, okay.
That's where they check.
How do they check that?
Because that's a widowmaker.
Right. How do they check that?
They only
though?
check and see. They check to see if you basically have a buildup of calcium.
Right.
If you do, you got to get further checked. I guess I don't know.
How do you check that though? How do they check that?
He said you go in a tube like an MRI,
Oh, okay.
and that's how they check it. He
Okay,
said it
great.
takes 10 minutes. It's not a big
Oh,
deal.
that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
So you're getting that done
but
next
I don't
week?
know. I got to ask him. Do they shoot ink into you?
I don't know.
That's what I don't know. Sometimes they do. They shoot ink into you.
Right.
I don't like that.
But you want to get this scan now.
Well, I don't know. I'll look into it. I'm going to see my doc. Yeah. If any of you are worried
Yes.
about me out there,
Is anybody worried about you?
It might be. My mom
I'm
will
not
be
worried
after
about
this.
you because I know that you.
Go to the doctors.
Right. You should be worried about me. I probably have a widowmaker. I have a widower maker.
Right. Well, we had to get that shit checked out. I didn't start going to doctors till I was 40. I went right when I was 40. I started going to the doctors. Now I know I go every year.
I know I probably should go.
Yeah. And basically, it sounds like I do a lot, but I do the life scan thing.
Right.
And then I do a blood test, and then I get a physical at the doctor, which that's not much of a physical.
Right. They just check your blood work.
And check your balls.
And your balls.
My doctor likes to check my balls, I think.
She likes that ball jam.
That's why she hasn't retired yet.
I'm pretty sure she's not holding out for you. She's probably like, oh, my God, he's coming back.
Yeah. She doesn't even wear gloves. She takes the gloves off to check my balls.
Bless her heart.
I don't think so. I can't remember. Remember I was saying that one time when I had my balls checked out?
Yes.
Did she have a glove on or not? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was too nervous.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe I was just too nervous to remember.
I'm trying to
I don't know.
When you go to the gynecologist, they don't wear gloves when they feel your boobs.
Well, boobs? Why? Why would they do that? What about when they're going downtown?
Well, yeah, they wear gloves then.
Oh, yeah. I would too.
Wow.
Yeah. But we're doing the podcast today. It's 1 week from my birthday.
Correct.
So technically it's kind of my birthday week.
You keep
still.
saying it's still your birthday.
Yeah, it's technically my birthday week still.
I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Is it your birthday
okay.
week the week before your birthday or the week after your birthday?
I mean, according to you, it's like the whole month.
Right. But there's still football on today, so we're doing the podcast early. So
I know, this is weird. It's like I kind of like it, I think, but I don't know if I do. I don't know.
I don't know. We did a pretty good podcast. We got a lot of good feedback last week, so it must have been pretty good.
I mean, right.
People like talking about all that huffing of leather stuff, poppers. Skylar listened to the podcast, and she called me and says, hey, she went to some thing where they had these poppers.
Right.
And you sniff it.
Yeah.
And she told me, this is her words, that it loosens your asshole.
I mean, it might. It also might do that.
Might relax your sphincter.
Maybe.
But anyway, and then maybe that's more euphoric or whatever.
Right.
So there we go. People are doing these things.
Yeah. It's a legit thing.
I didn't ask any questions on why she's at this place, where they have these, and why they're
do you
doing
know
them.
this?
Yeah. Why do you even know this? But it's
right.
a thing.
Oh, wait, it's a thing.
Yeah, so we're going to order me up some of those. Call John, order me up some of those.
Okie dokes.
Poppers. I'm kind of confused if it's leather cleaner or not.
It
Because
is leather cleaner.
I know you're saying that, but it doesn't seem right.
It's leather cleaner.
Any leather cleaner or a certain kind of leather
Apparently,
cleaner?
there's different qualities we learned from John.
Oh.
But
I didn't know.
Because there's like some
Give me the best one.
chemical that's in the leather cleaner that does it.
Well, yeah, it's probably like paint thinner or something.
No, it's not paint thinner.
Oh, speaking of paint thinner, you know what I'm going to say,
I do.
Because I was watching a Bob Ross, the guy with the afro.
That we learned also
yeah.
was not
He's not gay.
born that way.
He's not gay.
His hair's not born
Oh, his
that
hair's
way.
not that way.
Yeah.
That Bob Ross, the guy on TV that you see, he has a perm. His hair is fucking straight.
He had a perm. He's no longer with us.
Well, yeah, he had a perm. But isn't that weird? He had a perm.
I know, everyone forever.
But that was part of he was really into his hair. When you look at younger pictures, he always
super straight.
His son said he always had different hairstyle, like swoop it up and around.
He liked to go with the
he liked
styles, the times.
Well, he liked he kind of knew what made him popular, and having that look made him popular.
It was unique.
Yeah,
tell
it was
you
unique,
that.
and everybody liked it. And he was like everybody liked that guy.
Yeah,
he was very likable, and people appreciated what he did or whatever. Unfortunately, if you watch the documentary, all his money got taken and stolen
by that couple.
Yeah, Bob Ross Incorporated. He doesn't even own his name. His family doesn't own his name.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Took his whole name and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the whole big thing. I thought it was evil and deceitness about Bob Ross.
It was about the
couple that he was partnered with. They made him famous. They made him famous.
But
and then he didn't get the intellectual property.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was kind of weird. But what was I going to say? Oh,
I don't know.
So Bob Ross, they contribute. He got what leukemia?
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah, Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Excuse me? What was that, Diane?
I have no idea. Tell my mom to say that. I bet there's no way she can say Hodgkin's lymphoma.
No, I can't say non-Hopkins.
Non-Hopkins lymphoma. Lymphoma. I don't even know.
Lymphoma.
That's like when I was doing that reading with my mom that one time.
Also, you tried to tell her to watch White Lotus last week, and she was like, Lucas? Locus?
Eric wants us to watch White Lotus.
Lupus?
Yeah. Lupus. Eric wants us to watch White Lupus.
Every word in the dictionary besides White Lotus.
We're going to talk about White Lotus later.
Okay,
but so they think his cancer, we'll just call it for shortness,
it's a form, yeah.
was caused by huffing too much paint thinner.
Because he painted
Because
with paint thinner.
what he would do, and when he was on his show, he's like, "Oh, we got to clean the brush," and he would dip the brush in paint cleaner and clean it off and slap it
I always
against
thought
the.
it was water when I watched it too.
Well, you know what? People would think it was water,
I
but
did
it was paint
as
thinner.
a child.
And so he would slap it against the leg of the easel,
Yeah, I know. I like
and then he would use it as a softer touch on like a paint thinner to smear it a little bit or whatever, or to clean the brushes,
or to dye.
So if you are doing 60, let's say 45 years of huffing paint thinner, that's why people doing these leather poppers better watch out.
It can be healthy.
Yeah. Kill some brain cells. But
Kills
that's
a lot of things, I think.
But his wife also died of cancer too, so they're wondering,
I know. Or just, I don't know.
Or just bum luck. Because he found out he had it 2 weeks after she died.
Yes.
You find out in the documentary.
They didn't say what kind of cancer she died for, though, did they?
I don't know, they might have. I'm not sure.
I wasn't really listening. So.
Yeah, you were kind of
in and out, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he was very aware of what he looked like, and he was he didn't
because
talk.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
He normally didn't talk like he talked on the show.
Right, I did
He
hear
made that voice up.
It was like a sensual, sexual voice.
It was
for
a
the
sexual
ladies.
because he figured out all his audience was women.
And my dad used to watch this. Did you watch Bob Ross? I think everybody did.
Yeah, at one time or another,
Yeah,
and
because he was like relaxing.
Yeah, but if you listen to what he said, he goes, "I just everything's sultry. It's a happy little tree. It's a sensual little cloud. It's he would say words like that. But he said he figured out that most of his audience was women, so they preferred to talk like that, and they kind of had a crush on him.
Oh, I mean, I did not have that.
And I want to tell you something.
You had a crush on Bob Ross?
If you look at our
audience,
listening
members,
it's mostly women.
So they have a crush on you.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just saying this. I mean, it might be the voice. It might be the nasal voice.
Nasally voice. If any ladies love that voice, please come spend a day with him. And tonight, because that nasally voice turns into a nasally snore.
Yeah, nasally and a nasally ripper too. But I'm just saying. There's a reason.
Saying.
Do you think our audience is mostly women because of you or because of me? It's probably because of you.
Probably because of me, but
right. But anyway, it's my voice.
Oh, okay. I'll let you think that. It's fine.
Right.
Do you think it's because
I've never heard of anybody say they like a nasal voice though.
I haven't either.
I just have one.
Right.
Let's
just say I'm not with you for your voice.
Why? If there's a voice I wish I had, it's this one right here.
Hey everybody, this is Joe LaMonica with LaMonica Custom Builders. You want a custom home from a Southern California premier home builder? Call me, Joe LaMonica with LaMonica Custom Builders. 310-465-3347.
See, when you have a voice like that, you can kind of feel sorry for him.
Why?
Because it sounds a little. No, it sounds a little like, oh, listen to him. He's got this somber, nice voice, and then if he just turns it up one little notch, it's like total mafioso, and he's gonna kill you.
Right.
It's like he's got two different voices to him.
Why?
So that's the
maybe
voice
you should
I
work
have.
on that.
Well, I just have the one voice.
I just have that one nasally voice.
And I don't. Yeah. I can't help it. I hear myself sometimes. I'm so nasally and so horrible. And then you talk.
It's horrible.
No, when you talk, it sounds so nice. And when I talk, it sounds like dog shit.
When I hear my voice back, I always think it's like high pitched and like I feel like I'm a 12-year-old talking.
Yeah, but people say they love your voice on the radio.
I mean, that's great. I appreciate it.
That's good.
Does anyone like their own voice? I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hear mine so much now and everything.
I know.
Used to it, but when I say something really witty and funny, I ignore my voice and I'm fine.
I ignore my voice.
Right.
I ignore your voice all the time.
When I just did that, that's the worst thing I hate on this fucking podcast.
When you make that
well, that's my laugh. I wish I had a laugh like Jeff Lewis.
Is that like a real laugh or like a fake I'm not listening laugh?
No, that's a real laugh.
Oh.
That when usually when I do a big belly laugh, like when my parents are on here, I go away from my microphone and laugh.
Because it's loud.
Yeah. I should just laugh.
Just laugh into it, man.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
That's the part of the podcast everybody likes.
Yeah.
Can Kylie laugh some more? Okay.
Well, can you be funnier?
Right. Sure. I'm going to go on a roll with Jeff. I was just to see, do you have a thing in your teeth? No, you're good.
Oh, just
you're
a
good.
shadow?
I was just seeing.
You?
I was probably.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, come here. Have the dog come over and lick it out.
She will.
Yeah,
she loves a snack.
I figured out I was trying to feed her a banana in my mouth, and she doesn't look me in the face.
She doesn't, because she knows used to getting things from hands.
Right, so she won't look me in the face, and then you have to really point it out. It's kind of funny.
I was sitting on the couch with her last night, though, and she was eating popcorn out of my mouth. But I was sitting, and she was like, eye level.
I don't need to eat popcorn out of your mouth.
You want to?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do.
you can.
Tonight,
Let's do it.
a lady in the trampet.
Nora
I'm
will
a
join
tramp.
in too.
Oh, yeah, I'm
'cause
sure.
It'll be
Lovely.
Yep.
Yeah, she can sit on my head while we do that. It's lovely. Dog ate a fucking sponge yesterday.
Oh my fucking God.
Or 2 days ago. Yesterday or 2 days ago.
That would have been Thursday
No,
night.
Kylie gets a new sponge, blue sponge, like from Costco or whatever.
Well, I had to get a new sponge because she started munching on the other sponge.
yeah, so
Because we decided to do a little tester. You were leaving. I was driving home from the store, so I was 8 minutes away. We're like, let's just leave her out. Don't put her in a crate. Let's see what she does. She grabs the sponge.
hey, you're looking for the sponge.
And she's no. When I pulled in the garage, I ran to the front door and looked in, and I saw her eating something, and I'm like,
I thought she was eating a bone. You're saying, why didn't you let the
well,
dog
no,
eat the
this
sponge?
is the first.
I'm like, I didn't see the
sponge
fucking
round
dog.
one.
I'm sitting there in the chair.
So I run in, grab the sponge. She didn't eat very much of it, and throw it away because it has no corners. Get a new sponge. The next day, I'm making dinner. I go to wipe the counter, and I'm like, "Where's the sponge?"
Didn't we just say this? And she took
No,
the sponge?
this is 2 days in a row. She ate.
Oh, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, but this time she ate the whole sponge.
Sponge dog SquarePants.
Yes. So Eric, because I'm like, "What are you doing? Why aren't you paying attention to the dog while I'm making dinner?" And you're like, "She was just being so quiet and good." Sign number one.
Yeah, I thought she was eating. No, I thought she was eating a bone or something.
When
but
she's
there was
quiet
no
and good-
sponge fragments around, so she swallowed all of it.
No, she didn't eat the scrubby part of the sponge.
Just the spongy part.
So I'm like, "Oh my!" And he's like, "It's fine." I'm like, "It's not fine,"
Why? Because it'll swell on her stomach.
and cause a blockage.
Well,
But so therefore, I Google quickly what do you do when your dog eats a sponge, and they just say to eat like cottage cheese, pumpkin, things that make your poop solid.
right. So now
So
the dog's
she
been
got-
living like a king. She's getting
she's
spoiled.
getting cottage cheese and pumpkin, and I know she's getting praised for eating a sponge.
Right. She's going to start eating a sponge every day. Well, she would if she could.
She would actually. I think
This dog eats toilet paper,
so
sponges.
much toilet paper, Q-tips.
I gagged the other day.
floss.
Can I say this? I gagged the other day.
care.
We had people over, and I am in the bathroom taking a shit, and the dog comes in, noses open the trash can.
She's a
and
queen
takes-
of opening every trash
and
can.
The toilet paper takes it out and runs, but I'm in the middle of
Pooping,
dropping
so you
it.
can't do anything.
dropping it like it's hot.
Gross.
And so I'm trying to get out of there and wipe fast enough, and I know she's just eating this.
Right. Whatever
So
she's eating, yeah.
I run out of there, and
Did you even wipe well?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Of course I did.
I'm happy to hear that.
Of course I did, dear. I want to get into my Speedo.
Right, please.
Oh.
That's a gross face. Don't make that face ever again.
Why?
It's not. Wait till you see the
When I say
playback.
Speedo.
That's
I
a
do
whole
that.
different kind of face
Okay,
now.
I
You
know.
can't even recreate it.
Right, I know. But anyway, so I run over there. I pry the dog's mouth open. I take my finger and I swab
Swoop.
it out. Bloody. Tampon bloody. I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready to throw up. The dog's fighting me over it. Will not let
She's
me
like,
even
thinks
take it.
it's
Yeah.
a fucking dessert.
Yeah. And I put it back
Dogs
in
are
the
so
and I put it
gross.
back in the trash can and gag myself.
Dogs are gross.
Ugh.
Only dogs think that that's like a treat.
Right.
Ugh.
Because they don't have no
I don't know why.
yeah, they can't hold back or whatever.
Something about it is delish.
Anyway, though, she pooped the sponge. Long story short, she pooped the fucking sponge out.
Sponge is coming out. Yep.
Yeah, we got blue shits out there now.
We do, actually. I picked some up today.
Yep.
So she's not good. Does not have a bowel blockage, and we're not going
Sponge
to
dog.
the vet.
Sponge dog, blue shit. Now she's roaming around here. Lay down, eat your bone. She's eating a dog's tail or something. Or a
Cow's tail.
Cow's tail. Not a dog's tail. That'd
That
be a little morbid.
That would be very
a little
morbid.
morbid. Get her a dog's tail to eat.
Her own tail. She's eating her own tail.
Yeah. She's gnawing on her own tail.
We cut it off, and now she's eating it.
Right. But I want to thank you, dear,
For what?
for picking me up last night. I
Oh,
went
you're
out. I went out
welcome.
to a concert at
Yes,
the
you did.
Grand Sierra Resort Casino. And
Okay.
saw my swim friends, which I have friends.
Well, you're such a dork.
Well, and then my good friend, who I haven't seen in a while, came, and we went and saw this band called Steel Panther, which is they're kind of like an '80s band, but they're older guys, and
From the 80s.
they do like spoof songs. Like they're good singers and good musicians, but they do the one of the songs called Glory Hole.
Right.
The other song is called Eatin' Ain't Cheatin'.
Oh, jokes. I can see where that's going, and that's not okay.
That's what the song. I don't know what the other songs are called. I just remember those two names.
Okay.
But anyway, they're definitely not woke. They
That's
were
what you
making
said when I
fun of
picked you up.
everybody. They didn't care if they said stuff about black people, Asian people, white people. They did not care.
Okie dokes.
And it was refreshing because it's like, hey, these guys are from the '80s. They're they're just saying what they've always said. They've performed forever. They haven't changed their ways at all. And all they talked about was doing cocaine and tits and pussy.
Okie dokes.
They said the word pussy. I know no one likes that word.
Apparently
my cousin.
you do.
They said the word pussy about 150 times.
Jesus.
Yeah. And titties.
Okay.
150 times. But funny thing, in the audience, all the girls were flashing their tits at them.
Which that's insane to me. When you say girls, how old are we talking here?
Women. No, women. These girls, they're easily 40s.
Okay. When you were telling me this in the
30s.
car, I'm thinking like some 22-year-olds.
No. These are women.
Okie dokes.
These are old. I mean, these are everybody was there was over 40.
Probably
45,
right,
probably.
Because like I didn't know who this band is.
Yeah, they're kind of like it's kind of like Weird Al Yankovic's idea of a metal band.
Okay.
They're kind of a spoof band, but they're really good musicians and singers and everything else too. But they have like almost a comedy thing where they're just ripping on each other and talking about how they're gonna get all these chicks and show me your tits and everything else too. So they bring this one girl up on stage.
By girl, you mean woman?
Woman.
Okay.
Woman. Very attractive. Big old cans.
Okay.
And every time they'd ask her, she just lift up her shirt and
were they
start
real
shaking.
cans or fake cans?
The guy grabbed on the lead singer and he goes, "Ooh, and they're real." And she said, "Yes, but there's no way." Me and my buddy are like, "No, those are not real."
I mean,
those
when you're
fake.
that old, were they like sitting nicely?
When I saw her, I saw her after the show. Just happened to run into her and like her boyfriend walking.
Right.
I go, "Hey, you're the girl on stage." And she's like, "Yeah, she's and yeah, I don't know. She wasn't that old. I mean, she's probably 38, 40.
Oh, she's like the youngest one there.
Yeah, she was young. But they have a song where they invite any girl who wants to come up on stage, and they do a song, and they're all grabbing them, like dry humping them, and girls are like, rolling around on each other up there, and whatever they want to do, and some are flashing their tits, and it's one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life.
Okie dokes. You did seem very excited about it.
It was really good. Like I really enjoyed it. They were so crude.
It's really nice that you were telling your wife about all the tits and stuff that you saw.
I know, but it was fun. You would have liked it. You almost got to go because Scott had an extra ticket, and he said, "Does Kiley want to go at the pool?" And I go, "No, Kiley doesn't want to go."
I don't want Kiley to go.
Right. Well, I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I enjoyed their banter and talk, and it was great. This dog's jumping on Kiley, eating her thing. Lay down. What are you doing? Yeah, this is why we don't need a dog. We're professional podcasters.
We don't need a dog. We already have a dog. This dog isn't going anywhere.
I know, but we're a professional podcast here, and the dog's like running all over the place. Like, is she done with her bone or what?
I think she ate her bone.
Jeez, it's annoying. Anyway, Steel Panther.
Anyway,
I recommend Steel Panther.
You're gonna start following them and becoming like a
no.
groupie?
I would go. No. I would go see them again. But a lot of people were old men there, and they had
old,
spandex on, there was more leather pants there on men and women than I've ever seen in my life.
I wonder how much leather cleaner was there.
And so don't let her down. Oh yeah, they should probably need. We could probably sell leather cleaner there. If we could huff it before the concert.
Yikes! You should have borrowed my leather pants, honey.
I should have wore those, actually. I would have fit in. But a lot of people had wigs on, too. Like mullet wigs or...
Ew.
Yeah, or like, different color wigs or all kinds of stuff.
So you people dressed up for this,
yes.
80s dress up for this event?
Yes.
Interesting.
And almost all the girls and stuff were in leather pants and stuff.
Oh.
And like crop tank top type tops and stuff like that. But it was fun. It was a good time. And these guys definitely...
And then there was you and your windbreaker?
Love their women. Yeah, I had a windbreaker on and a polo shirt. When I got there, I said I should have wore something a little more wild. I should have, like last time I wore my black T-shirt at least.
And like a flannel, yeah.
Yeah, I should not have just wore my windbreaker.
Well, what?
A word from our sponsors.
This segment of Life with Eric is brought to you by
430 National,
Great American Storage,
America,
and Reno Yard
for all your outdoor storage needs.
You're wearing your windbreaker currently.
I'm wearing it from last night, and I had to put this thing on the floor because I was too hot, so I took it off, and I had to put this on the floor with my phone.
Which you almost left.
Right.
And you wonder where.
I just got this for Christmas.
Where your coats go.
Smacking the dog. If I'm gonna pause, I'm like, come on. I got to edit all this shit out now.
No, you don't.
No, as people hear this, they go, no, he didn't. But anyway, this week has been a pretty good TV week.
It has?
Yeah, because we watched the finale of Southern Charm.
Ooh, yeah, we did.
And in Southern Charm, if you know Southern Charm, everybody on the cast, I think, has screwed each other.
You're sure shaking your leg like Shep over
Oh my
there.
God, I am shaking it like Shep. Full on. I would feel sorry for Shep because he's admitting he's an alcoholic and he's
right. I
banging too many
don't
chicks.
feel sorry because
I
he's
don't-
figured it out now. So that's actually
Right.
we're at a good place now.
But I guess that makes for good TV when you have
Right.
everybody in the cast sleeping with each other. And weirdly, do they all become friends again because they have to because they're filming on TV?
Are they really friends though? I think the girls maybe aren't really friends, but the boys I think might be.
The boys, I think, guys are always kind of friends. It's easier
Right.
to
I think the girls
rebond
kind of just are friends when it's airing,
when the camera's
when
on
the cameras
or
are
when
on,
they're
yeah.
getting paid to
Right.
be with
I
each
like
other.
how often, how many of these. I see that
The
with
only
the
thing
housewives.
is you don't need to be fake though. You can just be real. But
Right.
people might not like you.
Like some of the housewives are like that. Like they don't see each other when they're not filming, and they don't talk. And then all of a sudden the cameras are on, and they're like, "Oh, how are you?" Like they have to catch up because it's been 6 months.
Right.
I mean, which
That's
is
how they-
fine.
No, that's how they do it, I guess.
You probably don't want a show with best friends on it because it's not as dramatic and
No,
juicy.
you want people to be fucking always going against you or
Yeah.
whatever. The other show we're watching is White Lotus.
Yeah, we're a little late to the game on that one.
Yeah, we watched season 1, which is great.
Which was great.
It was good.
I did enjoy
I think
it.
I'm right now enjoying season 1 more than season 2.
I agree. I'm also enjoying season 1 more. at the
I
moment.
liked it because it was in Hawaii at the 4 Seasons. We've been there a few times, but I prefer
It
that.
seemed
than the
to
Italy
roll
one.
a little. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, and you didn't, and everything. It was more mysterious, I would say.
Yeah.
This one's a little more predictable, let's say.
Seems to be at the moment. Yeah, I'll
But-
agree with that.
Yep, everybody's getting in trouble though. It's all these different people on vacation. It's kind of like, have you ever watched that show Fantasy Island?
I do not.
Everybody comes to Fantasy Island. They stay in the same resort, and hijinks happen, or different different things happen. So it's kind of like that concept actually, where the people are staying in the White Lotus is the resort.
Right.
But yeah, it's a little racy. Really
Little
good
racy,
show.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of
What?
sex.
Yeah.
That's good. Makes it a good show.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. Oh yes, I do. Should you let the dog out?
I don't know.
The dog's standing at the door right now. Not that our people need to know this, but if you open
I
it,
don't know.
if you
How
want
much? How much time are we going on this here? More
we
time.
got a ways to go. So
Oh,
let's open the door and let her out and let her
I
run.
gotta go potty.
Yep. And Life with Eric podcast is brought to you by Petrilla Concrete Construction and doTERRA Essential Oils. You can get those from Aislinn Mueller. And her handle at Insta is This Essential Life. And if you like our podcast, please get us on Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Rate us a 5, follow us, share us with a friend because it really helps. Kylie's letting the dog out, but when she comes back, we're back now. I want to ask you, and this is a show I want to start watching. I just keep seeing the commercials for it. It's called Big Little Brawlers. And it's these little midgets. And
You're not supposed to call them midgets. That's like offensive.
what, little people?
Little people.
That sounds more offensive to
No,
me.
it's not though.
Bullshit.
It's not. I just
Who
listened to.
makes these fucking rules?
I don't know, but I actually just listened to a podcast that had a dwarf on it, and he said that midget is offensive to them.
Since when?
I don't know, like last week.
But if you say
He said that you it's like little people or dwarfs.
little
or,
people sounds condescending. I'll call a little person or a midget
Nope,
whatever they
Not a
want to be
midget.
called.
not a midget.
But I'm saying I don't think people know the words little people.
Oh, I agree that, but it's little people. Well, the show's called that, isn't it?
No, it's called Big Little Brawlers.
Oh, little people brawlers. Little. It's little people. It's little
Now,
people.
first of all, they're making a show about this, first of all.
Which this is right.
So you're supposed to watch it, and it's supposed to be, they don't have, I mean, I guess they have UFC fighting or whatever, but.
Right. So it's like little people UFC. I didn't really see.
it is. It's exactly
Oh,
that.
did you look into this further?
No.
Oh.
I just saw the commercial, and I'm like, oh, my God, I want to watch it. I'm
Oh.
intrigued.
What? Okay.
And when they
I'm
fight,
intrigued.
it's so different.
Is this
It's
gonna
not
be
like
your-
they fall very far.
Is this going to be your new Sunday show when football's
I
done?
think it might be.
Like Bar Rescue
Big li-
and
big-
Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, Big Little Brawlers.
Okay.
Giving them good advertising. Is it on TLC or one
I
of
have
those?
not a
or-
damn clue.
I got to find this show. I don't know what it was advertised on something. And I go, oh my God, this looks
Big-
great. It does
Oh,
look
boy.
really funny.
Okay.
But I'm always intrigued about, because
Little
whenever
people?
you see like 90 Day Fiance or something, they'll have a full-size man with like a little people woman. Now, am I saying it right? Little people woman?
Little person woman?
Little person woman? And I'm always like, God, do they have regular sex and stuff? And
I mean, I think so. I mean, maybe she's on top a lot.
right.
Because
It's not so bad.
if she might like smash him, or if he might smash her.
I'm sure it's just kind of the same, but
right.
yeah.
It's like a really tall guy with a short girl.
Oh, yeah. It's
right?
like Shaq with his wife.
Right,
Or
right.
actually, Shaq got divorced.
Oh.
And they're debating on, I just read this, they're debating on, they showed a picture of him and her. She's literally to his waist. Her top of her head's at his waist.
Jesus, and she's not even considered a little person, I bet.
Well, she's like 5'2" or something, but
Oh,
he's
boy.
7'4".
Holy cow.
Yeah. When you see the picture, it's like, whoa. He looks like
How did that work?
It looks
Yeah.
like he's with a little kid. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
he's
Yeah,
so small, yeah, compared to him. And he's not only just tall, he's big.
Right.
He's like thick.
Correct.
Yeah, and his wife is, I'm like, oh, is he with his daughter?
Nope,
I'm
that's
like, oh my God, that's his wife. Oh God.
well,
Or ex-wife now, or he's
Right.
getting divorced or whatever. But probably getting divorced because it's too awkward.
after all this time, it's now awkward.
I think so.
Are we gonna get a divorce one day because your voice got awkward?
There's one thing I can guarantee you about. One thing I can. Okay, no one's laughing at that but you. The one thing I can guarantee you,
What?
Shaq will not be on Big Little Brawlers. That'd be funny if he was like the commentator.
That would be
Shaq
actually
was like,
very
and he goes
funny.
to interview the guys. So it's
Oh
like,
my-
they're up to his kneecap,
Yes, they would.
and he
be.
goes for the interview, and they can't even hear it because it's so far
Right.
away.
It's like the
And he
female announcers on like that do like the football games. They put them on boxes and stuff.
Yeah, the one girl, Andrea Kramer, who she always did the swimming. And when my buddy and I were at Olympic trials, we were sitting right there where they did the interviews, and they would like Phelps would come, and they would put out like
A little box for her.
a box for her, and she would stand on the box, and she'd still be short. The box is
yeah.
only like a foot, foot tall or something like that. But she was, you always think she's taller because she's close, but
'Cause
she's
you're not on
not.
box.
When she's standing, she's probably like 5 foot tall.
Oh, she's little.
Yeah. And so Andrea Kramer was her name. It's pretty funny that this week.
What?
Do you know Taylor Swift's getting shit this week?
No. Why? Why now?
And it's so stupid. Taylor Swift is so famous that this is what they do. She flies private everywhere.
As she should.
So they were hammering her for flying private everywhere.
Why?
She can afford. But no, listen. So you know what she does? She donates money to all these environmental agencies that help
Yeah.
the environment to counterbalance her jet flying.
Hey, there you go.
And so then
Does anyone else do that flies
no,
private?
No, but then so no one. I mean, it's pretty ingenious.
That is ingenious.
So no one will give her shit
Good for her.
about it.
Like,
So say we want to fly private, so we're gonna. But that doesn't help the environment.
it doesn't.
Because
but-
you're still don't fly private
Right.
and give money to the environmental people. So it's stupid, right?
Well, it's stupid they're going after Taylor Swift. Think of all
No, they're trying to go after John Kerry. He's like, he's the czar. What do they call it? The czar of environmental. He goes all over the world,
yeah.
and he flies private everywhere. And he goes,
Okay.
well, no, it's technically not my jet. It's my wife's. That's what he said to a
doesn't
newscaster.
matter whose jet it is.
It's like, dude,
that's not the point.
right. So he's the one advocating for all this stuff, and he flies private,
Right.
and he has no problem doing it.
Absolutely not. I have a feeling a lot of the politicians that are fighting this thing are also flying private constantly.
Everybody at that thing in Switzerland that they have the summit,
The summit.
they all fly their private.
Right. So come on.
Fuckers. Even Leo
yeah.
DiCaprio goes there. He
Do you
flies private.
Do you remember last year? Was it last year or the year before, whatever, that they showed all the private planes leaving the Super Bowl?
Yeah, every plane was a private plane. It's not like the house was coming down.
I know. I was
Dogs.
like, what is that
She
sound?
she dragged the bone
Yeah.
across the baseboard.
Yeah, all the private planes that were leaving.
Right.
Where was the Super Bowl last year?
The Super Bowl was in Arizona.
Oh yeah, and they
Yeah.
had the map. It was really interesting. Of there was just hundreds of private planes.
Every performer and everybody, half the people attending the Super Bowl, because it's
Yeah.
companies and private planes.
flew in and out with a private plane.
Right.
Think what it's going to be in Vegas this year.
Yeah, so you know what they ought to do? Cancel the Super Bowl.
Right. If you you want to help the environment,
Yeah,
there you go.
cancel the Super Bowl. Everybody has to go by
Commercial
or by train.
by train. Ride your bike.
Yeah, ride your bike to the Super Bowl. So I don't know. It's all hypocritical. And you can call me all you want. Recycling. Anybody out there? Recycling is bullshit. You say no.
I don't know. I just feel better when I do it.
Right. because half the time your stuff doesn't get recycled.
I do believe that, but I feel better about it.
Yeah, you feel better about it, then feel better about it. The one thing I will recycle is these bottles of Juicy Tit vodka. We won't even recycle them. Probably still keep them on the shelf.
You're going to throw them away?
Yeah, Juicy Tits vodka. You can get that online. What's the website again?
It is juicytitsvodka.com.
Juicytitsvodka.com, and you can get some of their swag and everything too. And we will get it in Key West whenever we go. I'm ready to go back.
I know you are.
We're gonna get a commercial. We're gonna make a commercial about Juicy Tits vodka, so we don't gotta keep saying it. We can just hit the button,
right,
and play the commercial. Well, dear.
Yes, darling.
Are you sick of talking to me yet?
Whew, it's been a long morning.
It's that time, though. Last call. So who are we going to cheers today, baby?
Well, I didn't cheers to her last week because it was your birthday, so it was all about you.
Oh, right. It was
right.
about
So
me.
I'm going to throw a cheers to Asana, our dog sitter.
Atna.
Bless her heart.
Now, do we know if...
We don't
cheers,
know.
Atna, by the way. And then, do we know if the dog drove her crazy or if she was okay with the dog?
I mean, she was telling me it was okay, but I'm not sure if I believe her.
You have to see her face if it changes or say
right.
Well,
I need to get together and be
say,
like,
is it
for
gonna
real?
Be for real? And if she's too tough, then let us know.
Which I get it. I was
great,
like,
let us
she's,
know.
and I told her when we were leaving too. I'm like, if you need a break or something, like, she's tough.
Right.
She's getting better. The older she's getting, like every week, it gets a little bit better.
All right, that's perfect then.
I will say that. I've noticed that.
All right, Atna.
So thank you,
We'll see
Atna.
where you stand. Thank you, Atna.
Hopefully
Cheers.
you come back.
Subscribe or follow us on wherever you listen to our podcast, or just go to our website at lifewitheric.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and a closer look into my life with Eric. To all of our listeners out there, remember, it's always happy hour here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Love you, baby.
Love you, baby.